The finale is all about transformation, not just for Mavis, but for Khalil, Simone, and even Charles René. It explores themes of success, integrity, and the struggle to create real change in industries that resist it. What starts as a massive professional setback for Mavis turns into her biggest breakthrough, proving that playing the long game is more powerful than chasing viral moments. Mavis's rise to fame after calling out designer Charles René at Fashion Week seemed like the perfect opportunity. She had the chance to leverage the moment for her business, promote her store, and secure her place in the fashion world. But Culture Chat had other plans. What should have been an empowering platform for her message turned into a setup. Instead of just discussing size inclusivity, she was blindsided by the presence of Charles René himself. The debate turned ugly fast, and while Mavis was right to call him out, the host twisted her words, accusing her of body shaming, a particularly cruel irony given that her entire mission is about body acceptance. The fallout was immediate. Mavis lost a major vendor, her reputation took a hit, and worst of all, people online doubted her credibility. Did she really have a store, or was she just another person chasing clout? But while the internet was busy tearing her down, Mavis was already thinking bigger. This was never just about a single moment of internet fame. It was about real, lasting change, and to make that happen, she needed a different approach. At first, the idea of Mavis working with Charles seems absurd. He represents everything she's been fighting against: designers who exclude plus size women, who profit off a culture that refuses to make space for all bodies. Even Khalil questions why she would bother. But Mavis understands something bigger. Real change doesn't come from just calling people out, it comes from forcing them to evolve. If Charles is willing to listen, she can make him part of the solution instead of just an obstacle. Her approach is strategic. Instead of arguing with Charles, she appeals to his roots, reminding him of why he became a designer in the first place. She brings up his past, how he once made a prom dress for his sister when their family couldn't afford designer clothes. That moment reawakens something in him. He finally sees the connection between his own journey and the women Mavis is fighting for. That's when he does the unexpected. He says yes. Their collaboration becomes a statement, not just for Mavis's brand, but for the entire fashion industry. They prove that inclusive fashion isn't just about token representation, it's about high quality, high fashion pieces designed with all women in mind. The showcase is a defining moment, and when Charles publicly acknowledges that designers like him must create space, it signals a shift in the industry. And when Mavis declares, thick girls aren't just a moment, we're the movement, it's clear that this isn't just about one dress, this is about changing the entire game. While Mavis is fighting for plus size representation in fashion, Khalil is having his own crisis about authenticity. Simone's big reveal that she sold his painting for 30K should have been a win, but instead of celebrating, Khalil is uneasy. His concerns aren't just about money, they're about who bought the painting. He's already been burned by wealthy collectors who don't really understand his art or his background. The fact that this buyer is just another out of touch collector makes him question what success even means. Is he selling his work, or is he selling himself? Mavis's perspective challenges him. She reminds him that money isn't the enemy, it's a tool. What matters is what you do with it. If financial success gives him the ability to keep creating, to help others, to have control over his own career, isn't that worth something? Her words sink in. That's why, despite his initial hesitation, he agrees to help Mavis with the collaboration. Designing the bold print for her dress isn't just a favor, it's a way for him to reclaim his art on his own terms. By working on something he believes in, Khalil realizes that success and integrity don't have to be opposites. With everything going on in Mavis's professional life, her personal life has been on the back burner. She reveals to Khalil that she visited a fertility clinic. She's considering becoming a mom. At 40, she knows it's now or never. She doesn't have all the answers, but she has Molly and Khalil in her corner, and that's enough. But the final moments of the episode make it clear that her story with Luca isn't over. Luca showing up at her after party, waiting outside rather than forcing his way in, is a quiet but meaningful gesture. It shows he respects her space but still cares. He's proud of her, and when she thanks him, there is genuine warmth between them. Then the cab moment happens. A random guy tries to steal her ride, and without hesitation, Luca steps in. It's a small act, but for Mavis, it's a reminder of the things she missed about him. When she invites him to share the cab, it's not just about the ride, it's about seeing where this might go again. As the door closes and they sit side by side, her smile says it all. This isn't a dramatic reconciliation, but it's a beginning. Relationships evolve, and love isn't always a clean break. Mavis and Luca's final scene isn't a grand romantic reunion, but it's a door left open. Their story isn't over, and the show acknowledges that sometimes relationships take time to find their way back.